I hate TikTok. They keep taking my videos down.
Mm.
Okay, we're live. Let me hit
Yeah,
it.
they're trying to ban it, so we'll see what happens.
I'm okay if they do because. All right, what's up, everybody? I got to just hit live on Instagram. Hopefully it works. Okay, that one says it's on. Now this one needs to. Perfect. Okay,
And
we're here.
Hey! Happy Wednesday, everybody.
What's up? It's Wednesday again.
Get a shirt because it's Wednesday. It's time to
We
go.
need Wednesday shirts.
Yeah, it's peak. Because
That's
on
what-
Wednesdays we're peak. Yeah, on Wednesdays we're peak. Mean Girls?
I never watched it.
Yeah, I lost too.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I just never watched
I'm
it.
now upset.
Oh, she's so upset.
Oh, I'm upset.
Oh my gosh.
We'll talk about
Yeah, I'm down for a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that'd
get
be
t-shirts
fun.
made.
We can get t-shirts made. So what's up? Thank y'all for popping in.
Hey.
Got my friend Rakisha here.
Hey, everybody.
Listen, she's got a lot going on. And we're gonna bake something, which is Jada's idea this time. Well, actually inspired by Rakisha, but we were already kind of talking about it and then we were on like the same page with it. So
If you know me, I love mixing things
it
together.
really kind of worked out.
Yeah. I just love mixing things that shouldn't be together, but they should be together.
Yeah, these definitely
One
like
dessert.
it definitely goes together. And when she told me about it, I was like, I've never ever had that in my life.
Yeah.
So it's strawberry cookies and lemon cookies,
Strawberry lemonade cookies.
but we mix them together, so they're gonna be strawberry lemonade cookies.
Yes.
Kind of half and half, but like when I put the dough on the sheet pan, I kind of like just wherever. So some of them are like half and half, some of them are kind of like, eh.
I just
like
got a
that.
really weird idea to put lemonade in my cookies next time, but we'll talk about it later.
It's a little wet.
I know, just like a teaspoon.
Like actual lemonade.
Like,
Okay. Instead of the
some
milk.
Yeah. We'll talk about it later.
We can think about that.
Yeah.
We can think about it for sure. So listen, y'all, Rakisha, she's an author. She put out 15 books. 15.
That's impressive.
I was talking to Jaida earlier. She goes, what book has she put out? I was like, books. 15.
That's awesome.
She's a public speaker. She's a worship leader. I don't know, like all that. She does everything.
So pretty much
She does
she's
everything.
awesome.
Everything. So I want y'all to hear from her. We're gonna get this started. Just brown sugar, white sugar, some eggs, some milk, vanilla, of course. Jada's got some flour, baking soda, and actually Jello. Like these cookies have Jello in it. So we have lemon Jello and strawberry Jello, which is so good. And then the white chocolate. I think we'll put the white chocolate just in the strawberry, so that it's kind of like a contrast.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's
And then some salt. Jada's gonna use the sifter. We're gonna see if she knows how to use it this time. I don't know if you saw that or not. The first time, when we did it the first time.
Shane, if they didn't see it the first time.
I have to.
The video.
So sifter, right? She's sitting there. She's like, I don't know what to do with this. I was like, it's a sifter. You just shake it. She's used to the one with like
Right,
the little handle.
that's what I grew up with.
I
understand.
So
Jada,
this was like,
How are you not- right.
How are you not in the camera?
I'm not in your camera, Shane. I'm in my camera and you're in this camera.
But my camera's the one that counts. Anyway, I will let her tell you all about herself.
Well, hey, everybody. First of all, Shane and Jada, thank you for having me with you. And as always, I invite everybody to go east with me as an entrepreneur, author, speaker, trainer. So like Shane mentioned, many years ago, I got my start in the worship arts. And that is where I learned a lot of my stage presence, my speaking, singing, and all of the things, right? I like worship art so much that I wrote stage plays and skits, and I helped with production.
Look out, Tyler Perry.
No, Tyler, listen. That's your lane, okay?
He's one of my favorite people. Like, oh my gosh.
So when I finally went off to school, I went to USC in California. Hey, fight on Trojans, right? I decided to major in English with a creative writing focus. So I'm a trained author. And after I did all of that studying, I went to corporate America and I worked in human resources. You know, you have to pay the bills, so you know how it
I
is.
think that's like with like most everybody. They get this fancy degree and then they're like, I need to make
I
money.
need money. I'm poor. I'm a broke graduate and I had bills. So I went into that. And long story short, so in 2010, I published my first book in the worship arts. It was
just
called
2010?
2010. I was writing for a long time, right? So I've written poems and all of that stuff, but I finally decided to publish. Now, I was writing long before that. So I did a blog. I was a blogger for a couple of years. So I wrote in that, and I was writing every single day. So I finally put my works together, and I published my first book in 2010. So, you know, I thought, I'm a great writer. I have all these people following me on my blog. I did columnist, newsletter, all of that. So I was writing, right? So there's a difference between kind of writing and being a published author. So I did the dive, I did all my research, I'm such a nerd. So I made sure the research
but it's paid off. It's paid off.
It really did. Now listen. So I published this book that I invested well in. So I thought everybody was going to say, you're such a great writer. People looked at that book and said, who is your publisher? This is great. So I started training authors in 2010, and that thing took off. It took off. So I am the midwife to over 1,000 authors worldwide.
Worldwide. Okay, now worldwide, like where?
Really worldwide. South Africa, Amsterdam, oh God, Jamaica. Oh, in multiple. There, I have authors in so many parts around the world. Shout out to all of my author babies and my author students and those of you who allow me to guide you through that process. So I've done author training. I've done work as Get Right, WRITE publishing. And so I found the business world calling on me a lot. Not only because of my writing, but because I'm a fearless business person. I mean, I'm not scared to go launch something now. It doesn't mean everything works, okay? But I learned from it all, and it's an education. It's education. So even if you do something that does not work the way that you thought, you got a great education out of it, okay? So I've had a dance company in the faith-based in Las Vegas for a number of years. I mean, I've done that.
Faith dancing in Vegas. Now that's some dancing that you don't typically see.
And we were good.
In Vegas.
We were good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, but we have to. If you're in Vegas, there's a standard, so we couldn't be typical. Okay. Okay. So because I worked with a lot of entrepreneurs, I started kind of leaning toward that. So then I started majoring in publishing for entrepreneurs, and what I noticed was there was a break in their brand.
Okay.
So a lot of lawyers, professionals, chiropractors, people in the health profession, doctors, they were all great in their field, but their books had nothing to do with their expertise.
Really?
Yeah.
What were they about?
Oh, maybe like domestic violence or fiction or child, and they didn't have an audience for it, so it was hard to market a book like that because you don't have anywhere for it to land.
Hey, just 1 second, y'all. I just want y'all to know Jaida just used the sifter all by herself.
It looks good too.
Okay, we can continue.
Sifting the atmosphere. I don't like shade right now.
Rikisha, when she got here, she said, "Now I like to laugh. I like to cut up." I was like, "That's all we do."
I know how to use a sifter. I'm a fast learner. Okay.
She's a fast learner, y'all.
learner. He didn't have to do it like that. I'm worried about Shane today.
So I'm a student of success, right? So I go to lots of events, I study success, and I noticed that the mega rich entrepreneurs had something that was downloaded in 2018. I started this concept called the EAST formula. So they were entrepreneurs, authors, speakers, and trainers, so that all of their streams of income flow together instead of having a one-off here and a one-off there, here, there, here, here and off, there and off, everywhere, off.
Put them all on.
No. So I started bringing my expertise and speaking to business and speaking in the business realm together and started teaching the EAST formula. So in 2018, I hosted a mastermind in Maui. And that's the first time I taught the EAST formula. And now we go East.
That's cool. I like that. Going East.
Yes.
You know, I was going to ask you, I'm glad you brought that up because I was like, what is
that?
The Jeffersons, yeah. You see what
Yeah.
I love that. No, I was going to ask you what the East stood for.
Right. I'm gonna play that as my theme music
When you're walking out.
when I walk out. Right.
Right.
To the
Listen.
east side. To the house in the sky. And very
Oh
east
my
side from
God.
Lean on Me.
Yeah.
See? Now I'm gonna make a East playlist.
Do you see
They're inspiring me.
East is a good one.
Right. Look, you didn't know he was going to be getting
I
that.
did. See? It's
You
happening.
don't never know what's going to happen.
Never
now.
know.
It's never a dull moment here.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, this is the strawberry dough, and oh my gosh, I'm just telling you. I made these yesterday, a recipe yesterday, and I fasted. So I told y'all I was fasting. I did Thursday through Sunday a fast because I was getting a little out of control. And then I made the cookies.
The fast was over.
But it's all good because guess what? These are going out of here today and tomorrow. And I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
I saved some calories for these cookies today.
I did not say
I packed
calories, but
I packed light.
I packed light. Yeah, not me.
So how did the people, so you said like internationally, how do they find you? Like through your website, through like events? How
Yes.
do these people find you?
All of the above.
All of the
So
above.
a lot of word of mouth
Mm-hmm.
spread. As I launched my training courses, I wrote a book called Get Right Church. That was the first. I started with faith-based publishing, and then I went to mainstream. So yes, I teach faith-based. It's a different approach with the faith-based books, but also mainstream books. So I write a book for every audience
Okay.
that I have,
Mhm.
so that every room that I go into, I don't have to love 15 or 16 books, okay? I only take the books that are relevant to that audience. So I produce that book. And why that is significant is because before I produced the book, I was doing a $97 course for
Okay.
7 weeks.
Okay.
After I produced the
On
book,
writing.
yes.
Okay.
After I produced the book, my price point shifted.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we were going more towards the $1,000 mark of
Mhm.
people, and the numbers exploded.
Okay.
Exploded, okay?
Okay.
So a book made the difference in solidifying my expertise,
Wow.
and it gave structure to what I was teaching and training.
Okay.
And at the end of my programs, people show up with physical books. So I'm not just giving them a bunch of theory and
Okay.
saying do it yourself, like some places say build your own furniture. No. So I guide them. It's a
Whip it out of the
guide.
wrench.
You know, so I guide them through the process where they have books. So that's how it was. So online has made the difference.
Wow.
You can reach anybody. I always say my books have gone places my feet have yet to meet.
Yeah, I like that.
That's because of the power of the internet and online access. So yes,
Sure.
I still see people from all over the world because of the power of the World Wide Web.
That's awesome.
That's incredible. Now, like as far as like funding for a book, so I have no idea about this. People, and you know, it's funny because people always tell me they're like, "When are you gonna write a book? When are you gonna write a book?" And I'm like, "Oh, I hate to write. Number one, I hate to write. I don't even like to read. I love to listen to a book, but to sit down and like read it, it's like I got Dion's book the other day.
Yes.
Y'all,
I'm
Shane
not-
made Deion Sanders of
I
it.
met
Put that out
Deion
there.
Sanders.
I don't know if y'all know this, but Shane's kind of a big deal. He's kind of a local celebrity.
I don't know where you get this from.
Shane didn't take me to meet Dion.
I don't either. He didn't even like me. Apparently,
Listen.
the whole thing. Shane's always somewhere on Facebook, and I do a whole show to my Wednesday and never get an invite. So me and Shane's friendship is being tested.
You know.
So the thing is, I got the email about it on Thursday. I didn't even know. I know who Deion Sanders is, but I don't do football. I don't do sports, and so like, but I love his mindset. I love his mindset. I love his leadership, and I love what he has to say. And so I was like, I'm probably gonna get the book anyway, so I may as well meet him, grab a photo, and get it signed, right?
Right, just a little thing.
Prime time.
It's
We
okay.
literally played two
Right.
different sports on the same day.
I heard that afterwards. My
Yeah.
friend in Atlanta, Susan, told me about that. She's like, "Oh, he played for the Braves and someone else," and I was like,
Yeah, the Falcons. Yeah.
"Dion, if you're watching this,
49ers.
I'm sorry."
It was he played football and baseball the same
He
day.
did.
And even though Bo Jackson played
You
both
said the
sports,
same day.
yeah, like he caught a flight after the game to go to the other game.
What?
There's a whole documentary on it if you want to look at it. It's really great.
Okay.
Also, the same birthday as my nephew, so I'm expecting great things out of him.
Gosh. So anyway, back to
Money.
the point.
Money.
The money.
Yeah. Money rolling in the dough.
Let's see who's here.
Oh, we got the.
Angel's here.
Hey, Angela.
Lisa Johnson.
Hey, Lisa Ann.
That's
Hey,
your people?
Lisa.
Yes.
I can't read a lot of these names, y'all. My eyes are like,
I
they're
see.
good, but they're not good.
Don't even talk. I went to my eye doctor and she told me I could use read glasses. What? So now I'm like, I'm just in denial.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, I have a pair that I use like on the computer, but I'm finding like,
I got
Yeah.
LASIK, y'all.
Struggling.
I got LASIK.
Did
I
you?
used to be literally blind,
Mhm.
watching TV with my glasses on, or
Yeah.
putting the phone up because I didn't want my glasses on because sometimes they just get tight. Putting the phone up with my camera on it to see what was going on with TV
Really?
because I could not see for anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so to the money.
Yes, that's the money.
To the money. What does the funding look like for books? So like, if I wanted to write a book right now, like, what does the funding look like for that?
Okay, so there are two main ways that people are publishing right now.
Mhm.
There's the self-funded way,
Okay.
and then there is the publishing house.
I would like the non-self-funded way, please.
And this is not a discouragement. That part is the most challenging. I don't like to say hard.
Mhm.
It is the most challenging because you have to, it's like Shark Tank. They will ask you how many units have you already sold. So fun fact, John C. Maxwell independently published his first book.
Okay.
Bishop T.D. Jakes independently published his first book.
Really?
Grant Cardone independently published his first book. So they got their start in
And
sometimes
Rakisha
that-
Pittman.
Yeah, independently.
1 of 15.
1 of 15.
Number 16 is coming tomorrow.
Oh!
That was a preview for those of you who didn't know.
Okay.
Ah.
Yes.
I'm gonna get one of your books.
Hey, guess what else is tomorrow? Her birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, your birthday is tomorrow! Okay. You should let me know I'm gonna got birthday hats.
Oh. Well,
Listen, Jada always wanted us to wear something. It was Easter Bunny ears yesterday. It's
Well,
happy
Shane doesn't
birthday
know.
hats today.
Well, Shay doesn't know my birthday. We're wearing birthday hats.
Weird. She must be bringing someone with her
Me and
because
Shay, in the birthday spirit.
Jada, I can't.
Yes,
this is a
you can.
birthday shirt.
I'll do a birthday shirt.
Out.
We can go.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, we keep getting distracted.
The money.
Yes, the money.
The money.
The funding. So when you are doing mainstream publishing,
Mhm.
they are looking for ROI, which is return on investment. We know
Mhm.
these terms,
Mhm.
right? So they're going to look at your social media.
Okay.
Are you an influencer? That's
Mhm.
why it's easier for people who we don't traditionally know as authors.
To
Who
just
get
pick
book
up a
deals.
bit. Yeah, because I'll be wondering that because I'm like, what do they have to say?
They have an audience.
Yeah.
They have an audience. They are a brand.
That's true.
So they're using the power of that brand to sell those books.
Yeah.
And as we all know, the publishing industry has undergone some downsizing and some transformation.
As everything.
And we are evolving with AI.
Mhm.
So we have some issues with shelf space and bookstores and all of that. So it is not impossible, it is improbable
Yeah.
that it's not like the old school way. If you independently publish now, you may be more likely to publish in the mainstream. And when you publish through the mainstream, often there is a contract
Mhm.
that you have to sign. You may get an advance.
Okay.
An advance means you pay back, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That-
Yep.
So,
hear that?
Which people don't realize.
They
I don't
don't
think people
realize
realize that. They get an advance from a company or
Yeah.
you know, from a contract or whatever, and they're like, oh, this is my money, I'm blowing.
No.
That's how other
You're
birthday
next.
industry literally goes broke, right? Because they have to pay you back.
or just, you get dropped if you don't sell. And the thing about the mainstream, even the bookstores, okay, most of the time there is a revenue split in their favor.
Mhm.
Shelf space is very competitive.
Mhm.
The books that are unsold are returned to the point of sale, and you owe that money back. So it's a lot of it. It's a high risk
Yeah.
industry.
So she lived in Vegas for a while, so the house always wins, right?
the house always.
And it doesn't matter what you're in, where you're at.
Right. If you're relatively unknown, those are the challenges. If you are known, then it may be easier because you have fans and you have people who follow, and as soon as you say
They're gonna buy the
something-
book. It don't matter if it's got
Yeah.
red fish, blue fish in there. They're gonna buy it because your name is on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just like the entertainment industry, there are a few stars, but there are a whole lot of aspirants.
Okay.
Okay. So in the independent publishing route, the misconception is that you can do it all for free.
Ain't nothing free.
No, and if you do, we will know.
It's gonna look like it.
It's gonna be obvious.
Right, because most people who understand that book publishing is a small business want to produce the best type of product
Yeah.
for your business. So just like I talked about East, you should probably publish a book in the realm of your expertise. It's
Right.
easier to sell,
Right.
you know?
And you can speak about it. You know what you're talking
Thank
about.
you.
People are gonna ask you about it, so you don't want to be looking dumb.
No. So you're going to need money for some basic things, even if you don't go with a hybrid type of publishing model where somebody's guiding you through the process. Teaching and training is my core talent. I talk about that. We'll talk about that another time. Is my core talent. So I know how to train people through systems, but I also have clients that I do the work for them too.
Okay.
So if you hire people, most likely you're going to need an editor. Editing is important.
Please get an
It is.
editor.
I have a degree in English and I still have an editor.
Because if I get that book and can't read, I'm telling you, I'm the one that's gonna be like Grandma Nazi.
Well, yeah, and I'm not the best, but I do.
It's the truth. You put it in my face, so
I'm
I'm
like-
gonna say, fix it.
I'm a journalism major, so it just pops out at me.
You understand?
Yeah.
We see it.
Yeah.
So do the basic due diligence of editing. And I would say this in really preparation for people to be taken seriously. Do not send your first draft to an editor. Then you wonder why you're paying thousands of dollars for editing. It's because you didn't pay the price in English class.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You didn't pay attention.
Mhm.
So then you have to pay the price. So take your book through a spell checker. Make sure it's grammar checked. Have people, I call it a launch team. Have people who
Yeah.
actually read your book before you turn that manuscript
Right.
into a publisher.
Mhm.
And that's how you stay rolling in the dough and not cranking out the dough. Okay?
Right.
Save yourself some money by
Yeah.
doing some pre-work.
Little things. It's not a
Little
lot.
things.
But and another thing, like you put something out like that with your name on it, and it's got a bunch of grammatical errors or spelling errors. People
That's
are
a
like,
reflection of
"This
your
person's an idiot."
Yeah, we're judging.
Why am I listening
hard
to
to
them
do.
reading to them? They came to spell cat. Like, what
There's
are they
nothing
gonna
I
do
have
for
to
me?
listen to because we can't.
That does drive me crazy. Like I told you, I don't read a lot. I don't write, but I do like. I do like English. I do like
Yes.
spelling. I'm a very good
Some little
speller and
details.
things like that. And so, like, I see things like that, and I'm like,
Why?
I believe
Why? And we rush to want the title without the work.
Yeah.
You know?
everything.
You know,
Everybody.
I tell people once you become an author, you can never become unauthorized. However, make sure that you put out work that will demand that you continue to put out the work. So you need an editor. You'll also need formatting. That might not be the same person.
Right.
Likely it's not, unless this person has studied publishing.
Mm.
But you need formatting, and it needs to be the appropriate format for your book type. So a lot of mistakes I see in independent publishing, money wasters, are people,
Money waste.
they waste their money because they get
Shots.
it. Hey,
Shots.
if you know me, you know. I mean, but this is how
The shade is outside.
This is what she does. Hey, 16 books.
Yeah,
She know what you're talking about.
that's an expert in my book.
Okay, so maybe I'll blast 16 carriages tomorrow. And Right.
Oh my god.
Right, but she has a brand. If she put out a book, I bet people will buy it.
I would buy it.
They couldn't even print them quick enough, I'm telling you. And
You
I'm
know?
not like a Beyonce fan, but I'm just saying if she
I'm a
put out a
Beyonce
book,
fan. Yeah, I would want to know.
it would be gone.
The way I went to her concert,
Mm.
with no
In
question.
all her silver
Like, give me
disco
the
ball
book.
outfit.
Come on. You know, one of my favorite artists was writing a book and then he passed away, Prince.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't.
He didn't get it put out.
No, so don't let that happen to you.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between fiction formatting and nonfiction formatting. But people who don't know that will slap any type of formatting on there and you're looking like you didn't
Dumb.
do. Well, he said,
Dumb. I'll say I'm not scared. You're looking dumb.
you're looking uninformed.
Looking dumb.
You
Yeah,
did know
now.
that. Okay,
It looks
so
dusty.
you need the formatting. And then, of course, I call it book babies, right?
Uh-huh.
You don't put your baby in ugly clothes.
Yeah.
No.
So you need a good well thought out book cover. And the book cover is not about your artistic preferences. It is a tool for selling and marketing your book. And people get that mixed up. So they get really egocentric and ego-driven when they're publishing, because they're like, well, I like this piece of artwork. It's not going to sell your book. You go look, I tell all my authors, go to the physical bookstore, look at what's on the shelf, take pictures of what is attracted to you, and then you have inspiration, not imitation. You have inspiration to give to your designer so that you know what type of fonts. The fonts matter. The size of your name matters. All of that matters. The spine of the book matters.
It's a lot.
The copy, it's a lot.
I'm overwhelmed.
I love that.
But when you get the right people,
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's okay, because some people do not do all of this, but you need to know.
This would be my response.
Delegate.
Rikisha, whatever you think the cover needs to be,
That's
whatever font you think it
I'll
needs
say
to be,
yay or nay. Yay,
go
nay.
do it.
No, and I'll tell people this is not. I congratulate you for your accomplishments, but we're going to let's redo this. And I try to be nice, but that's my way of saying this ain't it. No, this is bootleg.
So it's something we say like in the South. If it ain't pretty, don't put it on the front porch.
Woo!
So
That's a good old country saying.
So like,
Can we granddaddy uncle?
be in this decade
Yeah.
of publishing, and the copy that you put on the back of that book, people are going to pick up the book, they're going to look at the front, and
They're
then
gonna
they're
look
going
at
to
the
turn
back.
it over and look at the back.
Every time.
Those two things have to be solid.
Yeah.
And then they're going to open it up and look at your table of contents.
Yep.
The table of contents is like headlines, so your book title matters.
Mhm.
Try not to pick titles that everybody has. Do your research. Go look and see what's in existence. Here's a question I get all the time. Can you copyright book titles? The answer is no. You copyright the contents.
Yeah.
But the
Okay.
titles, just like song titles, it's just too much. You can't, you
It's
don't want
too
to
much.
have it.
Right.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
no, book titles cannot be copywritten. The content can be copywritten. However, you want a title that when people go to a search engine, your book comes up first. So if you see someone else has done that, tweak the title a little bit to make sure. And the good thing about publishing a book is you can always do a revised edition. So if you feel like I didn't do it right, you can start again. I've done book makeovers,
Okay.
all of that. So yes, all of that takes finances.
Right.
You need an international standard book number.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a
I
thing.
don't know.
Never
What
heard
is
that
that?
till today.
It is a unique identifier. Like if anything that we buy has like a UPC code
Sure.
or a barcode on it. Books specifically have a barcode. So you will need an international standard book number that will identify your book. If you do two different versions, so let's say you have a
So
paperback.
for each book, you have to
Yes.
have it. It's not like for the author.
Oh.
No,
Even if it's like a revised copy.
yes, if you have
Ah.
revised it significantly,
Okay.
Okay.
right? So if I add another chapter or do something, then yes, you need a new international standard book number.
Ah.
From that international standard book number, which does cost.
Yeah.
I do not suggest the free ones because you're stuck with that particular printer.
Okay.
Okay. I'm speaking in a little bit code, but I just want you to know. And then from that international standard book number, you generate a barcode with a price point on there.
Ooh,
and
Lord.
another major thing that authors, it's a lot, right?
It's a lot.
That authors don't do is pricing their books correctly. So we go back to our trusty bookstore. You look at similar books
See
and
what's
their
happening.
price points and base your price point on that. So it is a price point is based on the size of the book, the length of pages of the book, because people are not going to buy your 35-page book for $25.
I almost said something inappropriate.
This book is not worth
No,
$27.
let's be real.
I've been to Barnes and Noble, like, you're not getting my money.
No, but here's how we roll in the dough.
Uh-huh.
How's that?
Some people only want to sell their books for profit. If you want to roll in the dough, leverage your books for profit. So pair that book with speaking engagement.
Okay.
Pair that book with courses.
Like someone I know.
Like somebody you know. And then that price tag is irrelevant. Yes, I get royalties every month, but the price tag becomes irrelevant because my class is going to be $1,000 or my mastermind is going to be several $1,000s.
So sell that book for $20.
So you get the book included for a $20 workshop.
Right.
You see?
Yep. I see
Okay.
the
So
business
right. Right.
work
So
it.
see, that's how you do it. And then you add these people to your leads.
Mhm.
That's the business end of it.
Yep.
Because you want their information. If you solely sell your book online, they don't give up that information.
Mhm.
They're going to use it to market the next product to you.
Right.
So the way that you can do it is, I've even done it this way. So if I sell a book online, right? I tell people, you just send me the receipt and then I'll give you a ticket to a webication session with me. Lead generation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as authors, we have to learn marketing,
Yeah.
business, lead generation, building your list, building your community,
Yeah.
building your audience, and that's how you will continue to sell books and then get people to invest in you as a speaker. When you show up, they'll show up with you,
Yeah.
and then you can continue the conversation through training. And training can be courses, workshops, retreats, masterminds.
It's all about
online.
sales.
That's what I'm trying to
It's all about
say.
sales.
Exactly.
And it's so funny because we talk to people all the time and they're like, I don't like sales.
I don't like convincing
I don't
people.
do sales. I'm like, you sell every
sell
day.
yourself every day.
They really like sales.
Every
They
day.
don't even know.
If you
Every day.
married, you sold yourself to someone
you're
because
pitching.
you had to get them to stay with you.
You know the best selling people? Parents. I see y'all with y'all's kids.
For real.
Give me the iPad. You know?
Oh, right.
What you gonna
Slide
do
the
for
iPad
it?
over. I'll give you a popsicle if you're good today.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Come on, parents.
We're
Always.
negotiating.
Yeah.
We're
Always.
pitching.
Always.
Yeah, shoot your shot, whatever you want to call it.
Always.
All of us are in sales. So either you are allowing someone to profit from
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or you are setting yourself up
Yeah.
in your own talent, making sure that your life is what you are looking forward
Absolutely.
to it being. And no matter what, even if you feel like I'm not even a business person, all of that, you know what we know about history is because somebody else had the guts to write it down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what legacy are you leaving, or are you going to let somebody else play telephone with your life story and change up details? So if you do nothing else, at least leave a record for the next generation to know your voice. Your voice stays in a book when you're long gone.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
nice. That's
Like
really,
So no pressure.
no pressure. I mean, I feel like I'm overwhelmed right now just thinking about all of the
I'm always
things.
like in heaven. I'm always
You
like
just need to know that there's a process and find the people.
I just need to know there's
That's it.
someone out there that can do it for me if and when I decide
That's the
to write
thing.
me a book.
Exactly.
Because I might.
I think you should.
Oh, you know me. It's too late.
Oh.
You have no
All my
choice.
friends. All my friends. All of them.
So the biography of Shane Pratt, 2025.
It might be a cookbook.
Hey, you know what?
A
Cookbook and a storybook. Cookbook and a
That is
storybook.
what you take that.
We can take that on tour.
Cookbook.
Take my show on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Me and Shane been talking about traveling through business.
We
Anyway.
have been talking about it. So let me tell you what I'm doing. So I have this smaller scoop here. So clearly just like one strawberry, one lemon, put it together. You don't have to like get it together. It's gonna stick together. And then you get a cool little strawberry lemonade cookie.
Pokemon.
Put them on here. Put them on here however you want, because I always freeze the dough. I think I told y'all that. Always freeze the dough if you want. Which these cookies come out kind of flat anyway. But if you don't freeze it, it's just gonna be like a sheet.
Flat frat.
Right. So freeze the dough. Then when you take it off, they're gonna bake kind of like some of them are half and half. Some of them are kind of like wavy in and out. I kind of like that little variation. So yeah, just roll it up. We have a ton of dough here. So y'all are taking home cookies. You got some birthday cookies. For sure. So let me. What time is it? 7:30. We're about done. So what do you think do authors like prioritize like planning for retirement? Do authors prioritize like life insurance, building wealth? Like what is the thought process with? Because I don't really know. I mean, I know some authors, but it's not like a lot. So what is the thought process when it comes to that?
Sometimes creatives, and I'll use that term for this. Sometimes creatives are not the best planners of the future.
Right.
Because they're living in the now, moving in the now, doing in the now, right? So you see a lot of people that you think have it together, and then when they're not here, we see online petitions and requests for GoFundMe and Cash Apps and things to take care of their final affairs. So if because we are not being business minded a lot of times about our gifts and our skills and presenting these books, then we don't even take care of our personal business. So I hate to generalize.
It's so unfortunate.
But no, or it's insufficient coverage.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so
and I mean, that's the general population, realistically. Like,
Most
there's
people
so
are very
many people,
unsure.
when we go through these things with people and you know, do their financial analysis and figure out, okay, you need a $2 million policy, they're like, what do you mean?
For what?
I never,
future.
what do you mean I'm worth $2 million? It's like, all of your things, everything you have, and especially an author, like those books of work.
Right.
Yeah. Your network is high.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So we need to do a better job at business so that we can take care of our personal affairs.
Well, and it's just like an education thing. Do you think that people are reaching out to authors or people in the creative realm about things like this? Or do you think it's kind of assumed that they have it together and nobody's doing that?
No, I just think that a lot of people are wary of salespeople.
Sales resistance.
And because a lot of people would rather push a product than learn the person.
Yeah.
And educate them.
Thank you.
What's
to present
happening.
the right options, they just kind of run in the other direction.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you don't get it until it's too late. You know, we have to have car insurance and we have to have medical insurance. And we know that there's people who do not have them.
Yeah.
And then the price of not having it, there's penalties in that.
Yeah.
And then when you need it, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, no, we need to do a better job in our personal affairs. I had a speaking engagement like last month, and I spoke to the authors about their credit as well, and said, how do you expect to travel and do things and you have no way? If you get stuck at an airport, you can't take care of yourself. You have no finances. You have so the basics aren't even being met on those levels. So there has to be a systematic approach to making sure that every necessary area, including personal finance and personal credit and taking care of yourself, are met. That's why we can't be struggling out here.
Right.
Do what makes you money. That's what my business mentor taught me.
What is Oprah said something, it's like, do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do.
Exactly.
I think that's a really good quote for entrepreneurs in general, because we all know we can't start off where we want to be. So sometimes, even myself, you gotta work that job.
Sacrifice. You gotta
sacrifice your time that you want to
do things
have
you don't
freedom
want to
in
do
order to get to where you want to go. So
in this economy, I'm an advocate of the second salary. Listen, you can be an entrepreneur all you want, but if you can't do it full time, that doesn't mean don't build your business. But if you have to go get a second salary in corporate or however you're doing in this economy, you know, do what you have to do to make sure that you and your family are covered.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we run across a lot of people like that. A lot of people that just looking to bring in some additional money for their family, because I don't care what you hear on the news or what you read in the papers or on the radio or whatever. I don't know where these people are shopping, or I don't know where they're buying groceries, but nothing is coming down.
No.
The prices of nothing is coming down. And in fact, I think gas went up like 20 cents overnight.
Yeah, it did.
So it's like,
I should have got gas.
it's even an election year, which it usually goes down at that time. So I'm like, what's really happening here?
I think there was an article that said you need about $15,000 more to live the same that you're living in 2021 now.
Yeah.
That's only 3-year difference. So it's like,
Right. And it's, you know, people that are just working their regular 9 to 5, 8 to whatever job, they're not, the company's not paying you an extra $15,000 this year. It's not happening.
No.
So when you have to do that on your own, whether it's whatever means you go by.
If you gotta bake cookies and sell
cookies. If you gotta bake cookies and sell cookies,
you know,
on a Wednesday night. No, we're not selling these, but I'm just saying.
and create cookbooks.
Right.
Create cookbooks. Listen, we might start on that.
I got the recipes.
Oh my my gosh.
Yeah, and I get sticker shock every time I go shopping, and it's just a shock. I don't remember paying that much for groceries.
Yeah.
And every time I'm like, what? And I look at my basket and go,
What's in
yeah.
there?
You know
What is
what
in
really got
there?
me? I bought Fritos one day. $7.
No way.
And the Frito bag has never gotten bigger.
No.
Ever.
$7?
Inflation.
Yes. $7.
Wow.
Because I wanted some Frito pie.
Hey.
You know, I like Frito pie a lot. And I was like, I don't need Frito pie.
That is
And I still bought Fritos. And I was just like, why is it like, they don't even have a party size bag of Fritos.
Just a regular.
Just the regular size. I was like,
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
It's 7:40.
oh, let's see the cookies.
Oh yeah.
I wanna see
Listen,
that.
I forgot that last time too. So let's trade this out.
Shane, you did something.
It smells good.
So yeah, this is what they're gonna look like.
Oh. Variety as well. Okay.
So yeah, I like the like this one is on top of each other. This one is like half and half. This one is a half and half. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of fun for them to be kind of how they are. So y'all.
And they have white chocolate.
Yeah, the white chocolate in them. Because you said that this movie.
You're gonna bite it right in the middle.
Ooh, because it's like,
Yeah, because
Oh,
it's
it's
just
soft.
like thicker.
I love that. You know, I'm really not opposed to flat cookies sometimes.
Yeah.
I like flat cookies.
I usually am not a fan, but I didn't mind these. Listen, thank y'all for tuning in.
These cookies are great. I make strong taste.
Any last thoughts?
don't go east. Exactly.
Do go east.
Go do something.
Do something.
And build relationships. Build
Absolutely.
the right relationships and surround yourself with people who believe in you
100%.
and will push you to be your very best. So
And
absolutely.
oftentimes the people that you think are going to support you,
They're not.
it's not really going to be the people
But it's
that really
okay. They
support
still
you.
love you.
But you're going to find your people wherever they are, wherever they come from, wherever you're at. And that's who you roll with.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you for
I
having
appreciate
me.
it. I appreciate it. And happy birthday tomorrow,
Happy
y'all.
birthday.
And she's got a book coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
16.
On her birthday. Her 16th book. 16th book on her 16th birthday.
Yes. Sweet 16. I'm so young. Look at that.
Oh my
Make
gosh.
sure to go follow her, get her book.
Yeah, listen.
Yes.
We're on everybody's page. We're even on YouTube today, y'all.
We got-
I mean, we're literally moving up, Weezy. Come on now.
Bye,
Bye, y'all.